Stripes for you, earning our stripes in motorsports. NGK, the plug that puts back the spark, presents the 1991 NGK 400 Rally. It's a season that's seen the South African Rally Championships almost totally dominated by the Toyota team of Serge Damso and Vito Bonafide. A second overall in the Tour de Total and 2 wins in the VW International and Castrol rallies, respectively, have secured Serge and Vito a 27-point lead in the championship log. Toyota's strong start to the season sees the first 3 places held by their teams. Nissan, Ford and Volkswagen have all built very competitive Class A rally cars, but have yet to break the Toyota dominance. Are Serge's talents beatable? We asked Toyota's team manager, Ian Miller.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the other manufacturers aren't sitting still, and while we're still making improvements to our cars, they're also making improvements. So I'm quite sure that the Fords and the Nissans are going to be right up there with us all the time.
Just how tired are Nissan and Ford of Toyota's ongoing success? We asked Nissan's Peter de Waal and the Ford laser developer and driver Glenn Hall.
Yes, of course I'm tired. We practiced hard, we tested the cars well, we did a couple of changes to the cars, and before a rally one should be optimistic, and I am.
Everybody's beatable, that's no question of that. It's just when, that's the problem. Certainly laying the guideline for us all to follow, but we're working on it. We've made some big changes to the car. One only tends to find out how well you've done at that in the rally. So, as Serge said, we'll see during the first few stages.
With 55 cars entered, choosing a winner is no easy task. Drawn first and leading the pack are Serge Damso and Vito Bonafide. Behind them are the 3 Nissan Sentras of Nick de Waal, Hannes Grobler and Jannie Habig, all hungry to snatch a victory from the #1 Toyota. Sarel van der Merwe and Frans Boshoff are 5th on the road, followed by the Volkswagen factory entry of Johan Evertse and Steve Harding. The second Class A Ford and Toyota complete the lineup for the top 8 places. Being second on the road means Nick de Waal and Guy Hodgson can keep tabs on the times being set by Serge ahead of them. Recent rains in the area have made the dust factor about nil. From the 2 p.m. start, the first leg of the rally takes the cars over 3 special stages in and around Sabi, a service break in the town, and a further 4 night stages before they end up in Nelspruit overnight.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's get right down to business as we join Nick and Guy in the potent Nissan Sentra on stage 1.
300, turn off, 60 left. 200, turn off, 60 left. 100, turn off, 60 here. Turn off, 60 left. Keep left, 60, only 60. Straight, sweeps right. Keep straight. 100, turn off, 90 right. 100, turn off, 90 right. Square right. Square right here. And turn off left now. T left, 90 left. 90 left. Keep straight. 300, keep straight.
3rd Nissan and 4th on the road are Hannes Grobler and Piet Swanepoel. In car 5 are Sarel van der Merwe and Frans Boshoff driving one of the 2 Ford Cosworth lasers. Sarel's been calling for more power from the engine room, something developer Glenn Hall believes he has managed to deliver. Johan Evertse and Steve Harding on their way to a second fastest time on stage 1 of 4 minutes and 14 seconds. Having set the fastest time on stage 1, we find Serge and Vito stuck with oil pressure problems on the open section before starting stage 2. This instantly promotes the 3 Nissans on the road, Nick de Waal now leading the 50-strong field. Below us, Hannes Grobler and Piet Swanepoel seen here in full flight. Hannes and Piet currently lie 8th in the championship log, a national win long overdue. De Waal and Hodgson complete stage 2 without incident. Stage conditions are a mixture of wet and dry, making tyre choice difficult on roads totally unknown to the drivers. 9 minutes and 33 seconds will earn this crew an equally fast time with Serge Damso, who's now running several cars behind on the road, but still winning the stages. Serge's 2IC Glenn Gibbons in the second Class A Conquest is obviously off the pace. Glenn in fact started the rally with severe stomach cramps. Having won this event last year, Glenn and Peter Cuffley would desperately like to defend their title. The Class B, C and D battles develop unabated. Toyota's Enzo Kuhn in the Conquest number 9 and Eric Sanders in number 11 are once again set for full-scale battle. Electrical problems in stage 3 sideline the Sanders car for over 3 minutes, pushing the team down to 16th place. The throaty sound of the Dacunia Roulade skyline echoes around the forest, the big car sliding on the muddy surface. Ralph Chadwick and Mike Constable in one of the 3 dealer team Class B Golfs. In car 15, the privately entered husband and wife team of Skalk and Sue Berger. Another private entry with Peter Ottersky at the wheel of his Class C Conquest, followed by Tony Ball and Tony Babb on their way to the service and dinner break. Despite having only done 3 stages, the service break is well received, with most of the cars needing attention in one form or another. Serge Damso and Vito Bonafide lead the event by a mere 8 seconds ahead of Nissan number 2. Selector problems urge Serge to call for a new gearbox. Also with serious drivetrain problems is the Ford of Fondamerva, which not only needed a new box but a new front diff as well. Frantically, the task is tackled. On close inspection, the problem is clearly seen. Although only 6 p.m, darkness has completely descended as the leading Toyota restarts for the remaining 4 stages. We join Glenn Hall and Martin Buerter at the start of stage 10.
10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
For most of the cars, the night stages pass without serious incident. The crew's only too aware that a full day's rallying lies ahead the next day. Patches of mist formed in the cold evening air slow the pace as the drivers become blinded by their own bright lights. Shortly after 8 p.m, the cars book through the final control in Nelspruit. In all, only 3 teams retire, including the Works VW team of Johan Evertse and Steve Harding with engine problems. Serge and Vito have won 6 of the 7 stages run. Stage 2 was drawn with Nick de Waal and Guy Hodgson's Nissan, now 40 seconds behind the Toyota. In Class C, Enzo Kuhn and Johan Seelung have moved up 2 places, while the private entry of Leon Buerter and Francois Jordan have gained 9 places, currently lying 8th overall and 2nd in the class. As the cars leave the early morning restart in Nelspruit, we get a chance to see the route. The stages start near White River, heading in a northerly direction, but concentrated in the forest areas between Nelspruit and Sabi. Another 7 stages before a regroup and lunch break at midday. Leading the rally, both on the scoreboard and on the road, Serge Damso and Vito Bonafide look set to notch up yet another victory. Behind them, Nick de Waal has orders to go for the Toyota's times. The other 2 Sentras forming a backup should the hectic pace being set prove destructive. Sarrel in France press on, their stage times well off the pace being set up front. Enzo Kuhn and Johan Seelung remain firmly in control of the Class C battle. Their closest rival, the Buerter and Jordan Golf, despite going well, lie over a minute behind on the scoreboard. Eric Sanders, recovering from time lost in stage 3, charges back up the field. Another private entry doing well is the Ottersky Bissett Toyota Conquest, currently lying 12th overall, having moved up 7 places. Without factory backing, these enthusiasts of the sport run their cars at a fraction of the cost, often using only 1 set of tyres per event, as against per stage. Nissan's intentions become obvious as the Duval in Hodgson Centre post the fastest time on stages 8, 9 and 10. Beating Surge, if only by seconds, means driving at the limit. In total contrast and in total control is Enzo Kuhn, who without the normal pressure from teammate Eric Sanders is able to drive at a fast but comfortable pace. In front of Enzo, on the open section to stage 10, colleague Serge Damso's troubles have just begun. A massive oil leak from the sump.
Okay, the fuel's halfway in the pipe. Oil. The oil is halfway down the pipe. Do we gonna go?
How long is that stage?
18 kilometers.
Is Anthony not at the start of that stage?
Hey? Anthony, can you hear us?
Word travels fast, and Nick Duval gets fresh orders from team manager and brother Peter. The cat and mouse game begins. Behind Nick and Guy, Johnny Habig and Douglas Judd respond to the Toyota's anguish. Having put in times only seconds slower than that of Nick, Johnny overdoes things as he hots up his pace. Behind him, teammate Hannes Grobler responds as well. At the end of the stage, both Nissan score a time of 4 minutes and 11 seconds, 5 seconds slower than Duval, but still 3 seconds slower than the smoking Damso Conquest. Despite his problems, Serge gives it all he's got. Under the pressure of the situation, he too is caught trying too hard. As long as the engine has oil, Serge has no reason to slow his pace. But the regroup is still 4 long stages away, and the cracked sump can only get worse. At the end of the stage, the service crews once again attempt a repair job on the Conquest sump. The heat and smoke making the task that much more difficult for the mechanics. Vito's incident report sheet is now going into pages.
Thanks.
So, while the drama unfolds for Toyota, Ford's Glenn Hall and Martin Buerter report on drama of their own.
Glenn Hall, a fairly serious accident there.
Well, yeah, it is, Rob. Probably the worst I've ever had. Could have done without it, that's for sure.
Just briefly explain to us what happened.
Well, we were going down the first stage this morning, and it was flat in 5th gear, straight, with trees either side and quite close, and there was an unmarked sort of yump at a crossroads, well, turn off, and we hit that. I don't know what speed, one never knows, and the car went up the back end, sort of half caught it, landed on the next jump, and then it went end over end. And after that, it landed back on its wheels again in the road, still going. I thought I had a bit of control, and then we, had no control. Obviously, a flat tire after the roll, and then it rolled 4 or 5 times into the trees, ended up against a tree which fell across the road.
But you and Martin are okay?
Yeah, I've got a stiff neck, but I think we're pretty lucky, that's for sure.
Behind all of this, and unbeknown to most, the rally continues in earnest. Buerter's second place in Class C is soon to be under threat by a flying Eric Sanders and Thilo van Westenhagen. Chart van der Walt and Jaco van der Linde have driven unchallenged for the Class D title. With only 2 stages remaining before lunch, the pace is starting to tell. Habig and Judd pull into the control at the end of stage 12 with a flat rear tire. It's something they must pay for in time. Only seconds later, Serge drives his conquest through the control and out of the rally. The car's engine starved of oil and about to seize. Serge Damso is not a happy man. So the scoreboard after 14 stages tells a story of drama and disappointment. But the Toyota's departure sees the Nissan team in a position of strength. Only 2 seconds separate Grobler and Hobbig, a situation every team manager dreads. We asked 6th place and leading privateer Leon Buerta how the rally was going.
Yes, we're doing quite well at this stage. It's starting to count now, the fact that we haven't got all that many spares and things. So I'm keeping the car together, or trying to do that, and trying to keep in the picture.
Well, you're doing very well, and we're all behind you, so good luck. Hopefully we'll see you at the end.
Thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. Tom, thanks.
After lunch in Sabi, the route swings south again as the competitors complete the final 7 stages of the NGK 400 rally. Only 20 cars remain.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Lying 3.5 minutes behind the leading Sentra, Johnny Hobbig can really only fight for the 2nd place from teammate Hannes Grobler, where no team orders exist.
100 crossroads straight on. 200 turn off left and right. 100 turn off left and right, sharp, very sharp. Keep it in. 300 fast T left. T right. 50, T right slightly open. T right slightly open. 100 crossroads right sharp. Sharp right!
The pressure is starting to tell. Running 5th behind the Ford at Sarah van der Merwe is the leading Class C conquest of NGK, followed still by the Buerta Jordan Golf. Skark and Sue Berger hold 7th place overall, their valuable 3rd in Class C position, now under serious threat by the charging Eric Sanders, who despite rolling his car is hot on the pace. Jeff Sanders and Gary Schoof lead Class B unchallenged since the retirement of Nuno de Cunha's Skyline. And Van der Linde still in control of Class D. With only 3 stages remaining, Nick de Vaal's luck changes. A puncture early into stage 18 means he must complete the 11 kilometers with minimal control. Behind him, Johnny Hobbig and Douglas Judd get the times. The scoreboard tells it all. On stage 19, Nick de Vaal, now leading by only seconds, hits a boulder, breaking a front suspension arm, literally giving teammates Johnny Hobbig and Douglas Judd the rally on a plate. Nick de Vaal and Guy Hodgson, Lady Luck has dealt a bitter blow. Hannes Grobler and Piet Swanepoel give Nissan the honour of a 1st and 2nd overall, but the moment belongs to Jannie and Douglas.
We made a wrong tyre choice in the beginning of the rally, and we lost quite a bit of time, so we decided to consolidate our position at that point in time and just stay in 3rd or 4th position. And then Serge had a problem, and unfortunately Nick, when he was leading, also had a problem, and then we had Van der Merwe behind us pushing very hard, and Hannes as well, and we pulled a lead of about 35 seconds, and yes, we got to the end.
Nick and Guy managed an eventual 5th overall. Eric Sanders, in a dash for the line, overtook the 2 private entries of Botha and Berger, who finished 7th and 8th respectively. Sanders and Schoof took Class B honours, while Chart van der Walt and Jaco van der Linde led Class D from start to finish. This programme was proudly brought to you by NGK, the plugs that put back the